To you all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining His Holiness Chandramouli Swami Maharaj's daily class. Today we are continuing with, today is Tuesday and we are continuing with our Chaitanya Charitamrita class, and today's verse is Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, verse number 14, Adi Lila 14 chapter, verse number 30 onwards. And we have Her Grace Sridevi Mataji on the call to enlighten us on this topic today. Hare Krishna Mataji, my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your time and association for all of us. I'll share my screen again.
Thank you, Srimati. My humble obeisances to you and to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patita nam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So today is actually a very wonderful day to be reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is the festival at Shantipur, where Advaita Acharya celebrated the disappearance of his spiritual master Madhavendra Puri, who is the guru uncle of Lord Chaitanya also, because Madhavendra's disciple Ishwar Puri is the spiritual master of our Lord Chaitanya. So he had a lot of respect for Advaita Acharya, both as a very senior Vaishnava and also as his guru uncle, so to speak. So we went to Shantipur today. I will speak a little bit about the importance and the pastimes which took place in the Shantipur temple in the end. But let's first focus on this verse. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We will cover verse 30 to 35 today because they are all actually in sequence and are actually explaining why this Mayavad philosophy is all nonsense. We will see that very nicely explained. Antare vismita shachi bali lathahare mati khai. Oh, first. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Antare Vismita Shachi Bali Lata Hare. Mati Khaite Jnana Yoga Keshikhala Thore. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Astonished that the child was speaking Mayavad philosophy, Mother Sachi replied, "Who has taught you this philosophical just speculation that justifies eating dirt?" Purport. In the philosophical discourse between the mother and the son, when the son said that everything is one, as impersonalists say, the mother replied, "If everything is one, why do people in general not eat dirt but eat the food grains produced from the dirt?" 31. माटीरा विकार अन्न खाइले देह पुष्टि होया माटी खाइले रोग होय देह या क्षया. Replying to the Mayavad idea of the child philosopher, Mother Shachi said, "My dear boy, if we eat earth transformed into grain, our body is nourished and it becomes strong. But if we eat dirt in its crude state, the body becomes diseased instead of nourished, and thus it is destroyed." 32. माटीरा विकारा घटे पानी भरी आनी माटी पिंडे धरी या बेशोशी या पानी. In a water pot, which is a transformation of dirt, I can bring water very easily. But if I poured water on a lump of dirt, the lump would soak up the water and my labor would be useless. Purport. This simple philosophy, propounded by Sachi Mata, even though she is a woman, can defeat the Mayavadi philosophers who speculate on oneness. The defect of Mayavad philosophy is that it does not accept the variety that is useful for practical purposes. Shachimata gave the example that although an earthen pot and a lump of dirt are basically one, for practical purposes, the water pot is useful, whereas the lump of dirt is useless. Sometimes scientists argue that matter and spirit are one with no difference between them. Factually, in a higher sense, there's no difference between matter and spirit. But one should have the practical knowledge that matter, being an inferior state of existence, is useless for our spiritual blissful life, whereas spirit, being a finer state, is full of bliss. In this connection, the Bhagavatam gives the example that dirt and fire are practically one and the same. From the earth grow trees, and from their wood come fire and smoke. Nevertheless, for heat, we can utilize the fire, but not the earth, smoke, or wood. Therefore, for the ultimate realization of the goal of life, we are concerned with the fire of the spirit, not the dull wood or earth of matter. Text 33. आत्मा लुकायते प्रभु बलीला तन्हारे आगे के ना इहा माता ना शिखाला मोरे. The Lord replied to his mother, "Why did you conceal self-realization by not teaching me this practical philosophy in the beginning?" If from the beginning of life one is taught the Vaishnava philosophy of duality or variety, the monastic philosophy will not bother him very much. In reality, everything is an emanation from the supreme source, Janma Dasya Jataha. The original energy is exhibited in varieties, exactly as sunshine. The original energy emanating from the sun exhibits itself in a variety as light and heat. One cannot say that light is heat or heat is light, yet one cannot separate one from the other. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, inconceivable non-separation and distinction at the same time. Although there's an affinity between the two physical manifestations, light and heat, there is also a difference between them. Similarly, although the whole cosmic manifestation is the Lord's energy, the energy is nevertheless exhibited in varieties of manifestations. Text 34. Ebe se janilan ara mati na khaiba, kshuddha lage ya beta beto marsa na piba. Now that I can understand this philosophy, no more shall I eat dirt. Whenever I am hungry, I shall suck your breast and drink your milk. Eta bali janani rakolete chadiya, stanapana kare prabhu isat hasiya. After saying this, the Lord, smiling slightly, climbed on the lap of his mother and sucked her breast. So let's go back to the first verse, which has the purport, which is, I think, 32 or 33. 32. Okay. Yeah, this one. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we see over here that even though Sachimata is a very simple personality, she is very profound in her understanding. In the early days, Srila Prabhupada gave such a clear conception to the early disciples that Krishna is a person and Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is not just some diffuse light. It's not everything is one. There's a variety. We are all individuals and we will remain individual. So the disciples were very clear and they could defeat Mayavad philosophy. So once, I'm going to relate a pastime. Guru Das Prabhu, who is one of the early disciples of Srila Prabhupada, he came across a Mayavadi. It was very cold. I think it was either Vrindavan or one of those northern states, which was very cold in winter. And that person was saying, everything is one, everything is one, everything is one. So Gurudas was trying to explain to him, no, everything is not one. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and by his multifarious energies, he pervades everything. So it is one in the sense, yes, everything is coming from one source, but it is not one at the same time because his energies are different from Krishna, though they come from Krishna. So this man just wouldn't accept that. So Gurudas took out one thread of the blanket. He said, give me your blanket. So the person gave his blanket. He removed one thread and he gave it to him. And he's saying, everything is one. you stay warm with this thread. Everything is one, isn't it? So this thread is not different from the blanket. Why you want the blanket? Do you see the point? So that fellow got it like nothing, he just had to accept defeat because the thread is not the same as a blanket. It cannot all be one, right? So this is how Prabhupada trained the early disciples, because he wanted to smash this Mayavad philosophy. In fact, Prabhupada was so angry with the Mayavadis for destroying personalism in India and leading everyone towards hell. He said all the temples are empty because of these Mayavadis. They have destroyed the culture of India, which is personalism, which is bhakti, with this nonsense philosophy. So he wanted us to defeat them very soundly by being very clear ourselves that, yes, there's duality. What is that duality? I am soul and there is super soul, there's supreme soul, Krishna. Who am I? I'm a tiny particle of Krishna meant to serve Krishna. Who is Krishna? Krishna is God. Who am I? I am his servant. So yes, there is soul and there is supreme soul. But all is not one. We cannot be same as Krishna. Obviously, because we are very, very tiny in comparison to Krishna, we are nothing. Can a drop of water be same as an ocean of water? Can you tell me that? Can a small particle of gold be the same as a huge gold mine? No, not possible, right? So we must understand that this achintya bheda bhed tattva, simultaneously one and simultaneously different, that Lord Chaitanya has given to us, is the perfect understanding. And here this defect is clearly explained. You take a lump of dirt and you try to pour water into it. Will it hold the water? No, it will just soak up the water and melt into a puddle at your feet. You cannot carry water in a lump of dirt. But when that lump of dirt is transformed into a nice water pot, then you can carry water in that water pot, transport it from one place to another, use it for all your kitchen purposes, drinking water, cooking purposes, and so on. Similarly, if you take a lump of dirt and say, anyway, food grains come from this dirt, I might as well eat it directly, what's going to happen to you? You're going to get sick. You're going to get worms in your stomach. You're going to have a bad colic pain. You're going to have to run to the doctor, get medicines, and your body will be deceived. As Sachimata explains, that if you eat dirt, your body will be deceived and ultimately destroyed. But if you eat the food grains that are coming out of this dirt, then your body will be nourished and you will be strong. So this scientists saying everything is one, impersonalists saying everything is one, the foolish philosophers who are impersonalists, who do not want to accept the form of God, everything is one. You say, if everything is one, why don't you eat dirt? Can you eat dirt? You cannot. Can you carry water in a lump of mud? You cannot. Can you remain warm with one thread of a blanket if everything is one? You cannot. So there they are defeated. Practically, we can show them that it is not all one. The sun disk, the sun rays are all different. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwan iti Shabdyate. So the realization comes in 3 stages. First, one is aware of the effulgence of the Lord, that is the impersonalist philosophy. Then, one understands that the Lord exists in the heart of all living entities as Paramatma. But when one comes to Bhagwan realization, seeing that Krishna is the origin of everything and Krishna is the person to be worshipped, then one comes to perfect understanding. There is no more truth superior to me. Which is that verse? Bhagavad Gita 7:7. Matta parataram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya maya idam sarva protam sutre mani gana iva. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. But at the same time, Krishna's energies are multifarious and are diffusing everywhere and supporting this material and spiritual worlds. Yes, there is gross matter, which is what? Earth, water, air, ether, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. This is gross and subtle energies, isn't it? Which is that verse? Bhumi apo nalo vayu kham manyo buddhir evacha bhina prakritir ashtada. What is the last line? I forget. Bhina prakritir ashtada.
Ahankaramiti manme binna prakriti astada. That was the third line.
Okay. 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 So we know from these verses that this is earth, water, fire. Okay, let's go to that verse if you don't mind, because that is very important verse to understand that there are inferior energies and superior energy. In fact, actually, Srimati, let's go to the 7th chapter of the Gita, just verse after verse after verse, not the just the English translations. It comes when you click on chapter 7,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
individual verses. Yeah, because that will give you a clear understanding about what I'm trying to explain about the varieties of energy that exists over here. So let's go to text 4 onwards. Yeah, there we go. Text 4 is exactly what I explained. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. Altogether, these 8 constitute my separated material energies. Beside these, O mighty armed Arjun, there is another superior energy of mine which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. And these living entities are us. We are called the Tatashta Shakti of the Lord. We are the Jiva souls. We can either come under the inferior material energy or we can be dovetailed in the Krishna conscious energy, which is the superior spiritual energy that is known as Bahiranga Shakti and Antaranga Shakti. When we are in the Antaranga Shakti, we are in our natural position of loving servitorship to Krishna. When we are in the Bahiranga Shakti, we are trying to lord it over material nature and we are simply landing in trouble. Okay. All created beings have their source in these two natures of all that is material, all that is spiritual. Know for certain that I am both the origin and dissolution. And then this one, text 7. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. And let's go to text 8 and we'll open that up. This is also a very famous verse, which is what I want to explain about the varieties that are there. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi surya yoho pranava sarva vedeshu shabda ke paurusham nrishu. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. So now you can see what I'm trying to explain, that how the Lord is all pervasive by his diverse material and spiritual energies. Initially, we can only perceive the Lord by his energies, and in this way, he is realized impersonally. As the demigod in the sun is a person and is perceived by his all-pervading energy sunshine, so the Lord, although in his eternal abode, is perceived by his all-pervading diffusive energies. Can we see Krishna directly? No, we are not qualified, but we can see his energies. We can see the sun, the moon, the stars, the water, the air, the light, all these things. Taste of water. He says, I am the taste of water. The taste of water is the active principle of water. No one likes to drink seawater because the pure taste of water is mixed with salt. Attraction for water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies of the Lord. The impersonalist perceives the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalist also glorifies the Lord for his kindly supplying tasty water to quench man's thirst. This is the difference between the impersonalist and the personalist. The personalist is always cognizant of the Supreme Lord and is grateful to the Lord for all the things that he is giving the living entity to live peacefully in this material world. How will we breathe if Krishna didn't supply us trees and air and oxygen? How will we drink and sustain our bodies if Krishna didn't give us water to drink? I'm the taste of water. How will we be able to carry out all the functions? Without fire, we cannot light the cooking fire, we cannot get heat, we cannot sustain our bodies. All this is coming from the sun, and the moon nourishes the vegetables with which we eat and nourish our body. So everything is coming from Krishna. But what the impersonalists say, it's all one. It's all one. All these things are the same as they don't actually accept the form of the Lord. They say when the Lord takes a form, he comes in a material form. The Lord is actually diffuse effulgence. He is not a person. And we say, no, the Lord is a person. This is the way of perceiving the supreme. Practically speaking, there is no conflict between personalism and impersonalism. One who knows God knows that the impersonal conception and personal conception are simultaneously present in everything. There is no contradiction. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya established the sublime doctrine, Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, simultaneously one and different. Okay, let's go back to the origin Chaitanya Charitamrita verses, please. I wanted to explain this to you to give you an understanding. Sorry, I'll just turn off this phone so it doesn't make so much noise. Okay, so here we are. So we can understand that if there is fire, there's going to be smoke, there's going to be heat, there's going to be light, but it is not the same as fire. Similarly, one spark of the fire has the same qualities as fire, but it is not the original fire. Similarly, we tiny living entities are also Krishna. We are eternal, we are full of knowledge, we are full of bliss, but we have lost that conception because we have come into the bodily concept of life. We think the body is all in all, but actually we are eternal spirit souls, nothing to do with this material energy. Now, Sachimata is explaining further. Okay, let's go to the next verse, please, where the purport is there. I hope you are getting it because it's very important to understand. The Lord replied to his mother, why did you conceal self-realization by not teaching me this practical philosophy in the beginning? See how important it is for our children to understand right from the beginning who is Krishna, what is our relationship with him. Then they will not get swayed by impersonalist philosophy. They will not be led astray by Mayavadis. They will not tell everybody you're a bubble and you will burst and you will merge into the ocean and become one with the ocean, or you're like a balloon full of air. And when your ego is finished, then like a balloon bursting, you will become one with the universal air. This is all the stuff that Mayavadis tell. You will become light, you will become heat, you will become this, you will become... And they just mislead the public, teach them all the wrong things, collect a lot of money in the bargain, and no one is any wiser at the end of all this. Self-realization means understanding who am I? Who am I? I am spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. If our children learn this right from the beginning, how much their lives will be different compared to the confused, bewildered youth of today. Therefore, giving this knowledge is very important. Similarly, although the whole cosmic manifestation is the Lord's energy, energy is exhibited in a variety of manifestations. So we should not get befooled by all the new things that the scientists are coming out with. Artificial intelligence, automatic this, automatic that, helicopter cars. Now the latest is, oh, there's so much traffic jam, so we'll one day have helicopter cars. They will take off like this and zoom like this above the road, drop you to your destination, again fold back into a little car, and they can be parked vertically and what not is going on. But this is all, play of the material energy. The real problems of life are birth, disease, old age, and death. And who is solving that? Who is solving that? So therefore, this Krishna consciousness movement has come to save the world in its darkest hour because people are getting fooled by technology, by the glitter of newer and newer gadgets and gizmos and, this and that. And, oh, new bullet train has come. It can go at the speed of 170 miles an hour. Oh, a new this fighter jet has come. Oh, this, oh, that. And the problems are only increasing. Look at the wars everywhere. Look at this horrible, relentless war that is being waged. destroying so many people's lives. What to speak of the unspeakable trauma to the little children who are being born in this atmosphere of terror and confusion, not being able to live a simple, normal life, enjoying the bounties of Mother Nature and the gifts given by God. What a terrible time it is for those poor kids in that Ukraine-Russian war. I just shudder when I think of all the implications of this war on the coming generations. What will they grow up with? People who are born in wartime, they have tremendous anxiety. They are under tremendous stress because they have to live in dark cellars, underground, hiding all the time, living in fear. I know because I'm a therapist, I'm dealing now with adults who are coming with all this PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. Hey, this is the lifestyle. This is the lifestyle of Kali Yuga. This is what we want to pass on to our children. No, we want to teach them the truth, which is what Prabhupada has come to give us so that we can save the world in its darkest hour. Okay, next purport, please. Shrimati. Okay, here we go. Now that I can understand this philosophy, I will suck your breast and drink your best milk. Now I want to take you to the verse Gita Mahatmya where Krishna is like a cow, Arjuna is like the calf, drinking that sweet
Sorry,
milk.
sorry to interrupt. There is no purport for the next verses. So shall I
Yeah,
keep here or shall I
no,
switch?
no. You can go to the translation because I want to speak a little bit
Okay,
on
okay.
the analogy of I shall suck your breast and drink your breast milk. We can't comment on this, but I'm trying to just give you that how we are drinking this milk of transcendental knowledge, just as Arjuna is like the calf drinking the milk of transcendental knowledge in the Bhagavad Gita. Hmm? So Lord becomes very happy after Sachimata explains all this and says, I will now suck your milk and drink your breast milk happily. So we are just like those little calves. We are drinking all this transcendental milk. And our souls are very nourished and satisfied, isn't it? We don't have any doubts about this philosophy. We don't have any doubts about our lifestyle. We don't have any doubts about who is Krishna, who we are, what is our relationship. See how much clarity we have. See how much conviction we have. See how much strength we have of the conviction because it is pure transcendental knowledge coming down to us in the disciplic succession that we are so fortunate to receive. So now it is our duty to share this knowledge with the rest of the world so that the world need not go through all the confusion, turbulence, unhappiness, distress, anxiety, what not which is taking place in the world today. Why am I speaking like this? Because God Purnima is coming few days from now. Why did Lord Gauranga come? He came to change the whole world into Vaikunta. Lord Chaitanya's moon is rising, so it's not at all surprising that we're chanting in the street, telling everyone we meet, we're going home, we're going home. There's a golden moon overhead now. We must serve Lord Chaitanya somehow. He's the golden avatar. Spread the names of Krishna far to every town, to every single town. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You can sing with me on mute. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Harinam Sankirtan has come to save the world in its darkest hour. My dear spirit souls, we have received unbelievable good fortune simply by way of this Maha Mantra, which is Golokera Premadana Hari Nam Sankirtana. So simply by engaging in Sankirtan, simply by giving this Maha Mantra to others, we will be assisting Lord Chaitanya in his mission to make the whole world into Vaikunta. He has come to garland the whole material world with this garland of Krishna Prem and make everyone into an ecstatic devotee madly intoxicated with love of Krishna, who is going to spread Krishna consciousness everywhere. So thank you all for listening so patiently. I'll speak a little bit on Shantipur pastime, and then we can open up for questions. So Shantipur is a very beautiful village about an hour from Mayapur, which is where Advaita Charya worshipped Shaligram Shila, offered Ganga Jal and Tulsi buds. We went to that exact spot and loudly called for Lord Chaitanya to come down and save this world. So today morning we had the good fortune of being there. And there, a very interesting pastime with Lord Chaitanya, with Srila Prabhupada took place. In that mandir, Srila Prabhupada would come as a grihastha and would spend many hours simply gazing at Advaita Charya, chanting his rounds in a mood of deep prayer. So the pujari would notice that this elderly gentleman comes, he sits, he chants for many hours, he's very grave, he doesn't speak much, and then he goes away. That time Prabhupada was coming in white. Then after some time, there was a little gap. And then the next time he saw him, he was wearing orange. And again, he was praying, very deep, intense mood of prayer, chanting, and his eyes were filling up with tears all the time. He was crying. So one time, this pujari went and said, Baba, who are you? I've seen you coming as Grihastha, now you're coming as sannyasi. Who are you? Says, well, I came here to pray to Advaita Charya, to Lord Nityananda, to Lord Chaitanya, because they would meet here to discuss how to spread the Krishna consciousness movement. I came to pray for mercy and empowerment because my Guru Maharaj has given me an impossible task. He has asked me to go to the Western worlds and spread this Krishna consciousness. I do not know how I'm going to do it. I don't have ability. I don't have anything. I'm just trying to carry out the order. So I'm just coming here and praying to Advaita Charya. Tomorrow I'm catching a ship and going to the Western world. I do not know what will become of me. Just one day before he left for the West on Jaladuta, Prabhupada came to Shantipur and prayed to Advaitacharya. And this Pujari didn't see him again for many years. But then he noticed white people coming in Vaishnav clothes to the mandir, and he started asking, who are you? Where are you from? And they gave him a Back to Godhead magazine. When he saw that magazine, he recognized Prabhupada. He said, oh, this is the same person who was coming for years and praying here in this mandir. He got so excited, he came rushing to Mayapur and explained that the same Prabhupada used to come and spend many hours chanting in front of the deity of Advaita Charya at that very same spot where he implored and beseeched and begged the Lord to come down to spread this Hare Krishna movement. And that's how we know what Prabhupada went through to give this Krishna consciousness to the whole world. So if we are grateful to Prabhupada, should we not try to do a little something to spread this movement? I think we should. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay, we will now open up for questions, comments, and a little more about Shantipur. It is also the place where the Lord came and met his mother Sachi Mata after taking sannyas. This is also the place where Madhvendra Puri, the guru of Advaita Charya, gave him initiation over here. Now we know Madhvendra Puri is only one of three people who have Mahabhav. Only one. That means Lord Chaitanya, Radharani, and Madhvendra Puri, who introduced the worship by the way of Radharani and Krishna for us, have this Mahabhav, highly elevated personalities, is a wish-fulfilling tree in the spiritual world. So today they are going to also inaugurate the lotus footprints of these three great personalities. We saw those the footprints, lotus footprints of the Lord, Nityananda and Advaita Charya. But we didn't wait that long. That was going to take place at 12 or 1 and we came away before that. So just sharing a little bit, so you get that mood of sweet Shantipur. There's a very sweet song. Ika dina Shantipure, Prabhu Advaita Ghare. Okay, well, let me not take up the time. Maybe we'll sing together a little later on. Let's open up for questions and comments.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Such a wonderful class explaining about impersonalism and how Srila Prabhupada always reminded us to defeat or to not to go into that path and realize the actual path of Krishna consciousness. Yeah, thank you so much for explaining so nicely. And about Shantipur also. Yeah, I never visited. I think when we came to Mayapur, I think we never visited that place. Yeah, next time we should visit. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah, empowerment comes from there. Advaita Acharya's mercy. And yeah.
What do we know? What do we have? We don't know anything. We don't have
Mm.
anything. But because we have been given this Maha Mantra, been given this little knowledge, whatever we have, we try to give it to others. That is all we can do. We are very tiny. We are little ants. We are
Yeah.
just, insignificant. We are totally useless. But if we simply repeat the words of Guru and Krishna, then we can be useful in this world.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Thank you so much. Dear devotees, any questions or comments or realizations, you can please go ahead now. And please turn on your cameras if possible.
Corrections also are welcome. I'm not saying that everything is perfect. Please feel free to maybe correct me or clarify maybe some doubts you have or share some realizations you have. Uh, Everything is welcome.
The Mataji, when we are talking about the impersonalism, so you were saying that Krishna is first known as his energies, right? So first we'll know like God is there, some power is there. People may think some Almighty is there because they can understand that due to his energies. But some people stop there itself, right? Those people are impersonalists, we can say, like they don't realize the other parts of the aspects of absolute truth.
They don't
So,
want to. They are stubbornly insistent that this is all there is because they're so fearful. They're so fed up of the material energy. They've suffered so much. They want to annihilate anything to do with the material body and material senses. So they think just getting out of material miseries and merging into the impersonal Brahman effulgence that's it. It's like, I'm so tired. I just want to put an end to this. I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to know anymore. I just want to finish this existence on this level. But even if they make it to the Brahman effulgence, they will fall down again because the
mm,
soul, they are also souls. You cannot get away with the need for love. We are all wired to give love, to receive love. No escaping that.
yeah.
So, down again, because you need to do something. Nature of the soul is to give service.
So suppose, Mataji, this lifetime I am an impersonalist. Okay, I am just stopping myself at the point of Brahman effulgence. So then, will I get a chance to go to the next levels and realize whole Bhagavan aspect of the absolute truth?
Yes, definitely. If you get the mercy of the pure devotee, and
Mm,
even if you take birth again, because you have, through your tapasya, through your austerities, through your penances, through your sacrifice, you have understood at least
mm,
that there is something higher, that you're not just like a karmi, just
mm,
interested in satisfying your senses. You're at least having that realization that there is some higher power. So you will take birth at least in the mode of goodness. You will engage in philanthropy, altruism, charity, all these say people who indulge in all these pious activities. They open dharmashala, pathshala, anathshala, hospitals, schools. They have drinking water fountains. They have, all these things which they do to. So they are pious by nature. They want to give service. But that is not the all in all, because just catering to the material body of people is not going to solve the problem of birth, disease, old age, and death. You can give food to millions, but if it's not Krishna Prasadam, it is just feeding their body which is going to die. You can give water to millions of pilgrims, but that is not going to quench the soul's thirst for real love.
yeah, we
So
are
you
just
see
serving the body.
why all
Mm,
this, what is that? Red Cross, this and that, and this international and that international and hospital, and all these things are catering to the body. We are not going to stop them. We are not going to go and fight with them, but that is just stopping at the bodily level. But the real problem of life is that you have this material body. That is
mm,
a problem.
yeah.
You see, our real nature is pure spirit. How can I come back to that state? That should be the question, and that should be the attempt of devotees to help others understand that.
So now coming into Krishna consciousness, because we are from Indian background and we know who is God, or at least we have a little bit of knowledge of that demigods are there and Krishna is there. They have their own personalities and they do some pastimes on this earth. They did so all these things because we have this knowledge. We can easily come into Krishna consciousness. But the people, the Westerner people, they don't know all these things, right? So if they don't know, then they can stop themselves in the impersonalism or
Yes, many people in the West, they're looking for something, poor things, but because they don't have knowledge from the right source, they get fooled by all these yogis
mm,
and babajis and quacks and crooks and cheats and scandal makers. The poor thing, they part with their money, and the person says, I am the light, I am the peace, I am the love. You sit in this position and you meditate on nothing, and you will find who you are, and this and that, and $1,000 later you are no wiser compared to the beginning. So all these things are going on, yes,
yeah,
because Westerners are so innocent of all these things, they get fooled. Why many Indians also getting fooled today in
yeah,
spite of
yes,
knowing
Mataji.
how many cheats. That is why it is so important to come in touch with the pure devotee of the Lord. We
Mm.
have received great good fortune that we have come to Srila Prabhupada's shelter. There is no other shelter other than the lotus feet of the pure devotee of the Lord.
So, yeah, yes, Mataji, that's true. As you were saying that we should be clear with all these things, like where we are going, what we are doing, what is Bhagavad Gita telling, and what is Srimad Bhagavatam telling. So everything we have to be clear. So Srila Prabhupada gave us this wonderful literature to all of us. Yes, Mataji.
And this is actually the shortcut. This is
Mm.
actually the shortcut. Bhakti Yoga is the highest and it is the fastest way to get to Krishna. Imagine the jnanis and the yogis, they have to struggle for so many lifetimes and they may not even achieve the goal. बहुनां जन्मनां अन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभः. In that purport, Srila Prabhupada says, many lifetimes of penance may be required before one comes to the knowledge that Krishna is everything and surrenders to him. So it is not so easy to follow the path of Gyan Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Dharana, Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, this yoga, that yoga. Come to Bhakti Yoga. It is the simplest, easiest, sweetest, sublime, and it gives the highest result.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji.
Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, highest of all, ever victorious. This is Lord Chaitanya's movement, so merciful.
The devotees, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question or you can raise your hands or type in the chat box if you can't speak. Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, you have
I want to
anything to
encourage
share?
all of you because I must honestly tell you, it is not that I have any great knowledge. My knowledge level is very low. To be honest, Bhagavad Gita, practically speaking, is all I know. I haven't even done a deep study of Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'm still stuck at Bhakti Shastri level. But I am very clear that this message should go to everyone. Somehow the other people must come in touch with Krishna. Somehow the other we must give them because why? My life got saved by Guru Maharaj. So I feel if I can just give one little card, one little bit of prasadam, some little something to one poor suffering soul in this material world, I will be able to discharge maybe 1 millionth of the debt that I owe my Gurudev for saving me. So that's why, even though I know nothing, I'm really a great big fool. If you talk to other people, they'll say Sridevi Mataji doesn't know anything. Because in Mayapur, there are very many great souls. But why I speak? Because Gurudev has given me this order. You preach. This is why I just go on. But in reality, I really don't know so much. To be honest with you, I really don't. But I'm just trying to follow order of Gurudev because he wants this. That's why.
Thank you so much. You are so humble. Um, yeah, you are guiding all of us, Mataji, whenever we need. Thank you so much. Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, you have any comments or anything you want to share?
I did not have any questions because Sridevi Mataji just like enthusiastic and explained everything. But I had a comment because it's exciting that Golda Purnima is coming. So when I was serving at the manor on the Sunday, and whilst I was serving, I was singing verses from a song that I invented in the moment, and it went like, Golda is coming, Golda is coming, Golda is coming soon. The world will be chanting, everybody will be dancing, we'll all be singing, 'cause Golda's coming soon. Oh Lord Gauranga, oh Sri Chaitanya, son of Sachi Mata, Jagannath Mishra of golden color, the fallen Jiva's savior. Lord Gauranga, please come quickly. We're all begging for your mercy. Please come quickly and save me. I'm burning up in the fire of material energy. Oh, Gauranga, oh Lord Gauranga, we can't wait no longer. Please come, Gauranga.
Yay.
I think I was
Jai
annoying
Ho.
everybody.
Very good. Wonderful.
God is coming.
Jai
Haribol. Hare
Hi,
Krishna.
Hari, Hari,
Very
Hari
nice,
Bol.
Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you. So
Thank
nice.
you. Nice tune also. Catchy. Thank
Maybe
you.
you can share the words with all of us later on, Prabhu, so that we can
Okay.
all practice singing this and get into this mood. Gora is coming.
Oh, it's coming.
Haribol.
Today everyone is silent. Yeah, Trupti Mataji.
Hare Krishna to all the Vaishnavas, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. What a wonderful voice you have, Sridevi Mataji. And that I remember you sang this before this song as well. I think you told us which album it was, but I forgot. So if you could just share that as well. And also, yeah, amazing talk about the examples and about personalism and impersonalism, and really enjoying your class. I'm sorry I can't talk for long because this is the time that I do my mother's service and the bhoga. But all I wanted to say is that we are so thankful to you for all your knowledge and intelligence. And I keep saying that your enthusiasm is just keep us going for pure devotees like you. So whenever you're going up, I say it again, we will be holding your lotus feet, just like Guru Maharaj. So to take us, lift us up as well. And thank you, Krishna Kaviraj, as Prabhu as well, because I'm so proud to say that he's part of our congregation in South London. And Friday, he will be giving us talk, I think, on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And please sing this poem and enlighten us as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Srimati Mataji, for your congregation as well. Thank you, association. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Tripti. My humble obeisances to you. All glories to Prabhupada. All glories to our Gurudev. First and foremost, I have to clarify, I'm not pure devotee or anything. I'm very fallen. It is just Gurudev's mercy that this fool can, like me, can speak something. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langayate girim yat tamaham vande Shri Guru
Krishna.
Nilatarini. By the mercy of Guru, a dumb man can speak eloquent poetry, a lame man can climb mountains, and a blind man can see stars. It is simply Guru Maharaj's mercy that I can speak something. Otherwise, I'm completely useless. Really, honestly speaking. I'm not joking. I'm telling you in all seriousness.
It's Guru Maharaj mercy and your enthusiasm, and you want to get out of this circle of birth and life, and you want to reach to Golok Vrindavan. So Krishna has showered his mercy on you to attach with Guru Maharaj. So your journey will be faster. Hari Bol.
You know, there's a saying, those who live next to the railway station miss the train most often.
This is what I like about your sense of humor, and when you come up with all these examples, it's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Mataji. Yeah. Revati Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for explaining this difference between impersonalist and the personalist. I wanted to just clarify further, Mataji, on those things. Is that okay? Can I ask? So impersonalist, as you mentioned, Mataji, they praise the taste in the water. So just my understanding is like impersonalist is they praise the Lord for giving the taste in the water, and the personalist is like they praise the Lord for giving the taste in the water. Mayavadis is they think that they are one with that energy. Is that right, Mataji? Understanding?
Yes, but the personal praises the Lord as well as is grateful to the Lord. He knows God is a person. He knows Krishna is a person. So along with glorifying and praising him, he also expresses his gratitude. And then with gratitude comes the desire, what can I do for you, my Lord? Isn't it? You're giving me so much. Srila Prabhupada says, all the other places, they say, give me bread, my dear Lord, give me my daily bread. Here we ask God, what do you want to eat? Because we want to serve Krishna. We want to serve God and make him happy. Because out of sheer gratitude, devotee wants to do so many nice things for Krishna. While the impersonalist, he is just fed up with this material energy. He wants to put an end to all his suffering. He wants to just merge in the effulgence. Doesn't want to hear anything because individuality is very scary for him. Because the individual self has given him so much trouble, he wants to annihilate his individuality. He doesn't want to believe he's a person, God is a person. No, 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 no. I am also God, you're also God, we are all one. We're all going to merge into this great big light. And this is there, but it's all foolishness. This is all nonsense.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
So impersonalist, they are also purified from the modes, right, Mataji? Like
Yes, they do get purified from the modes. They may even come to the high position of attaining the effulgence of the Lord with great trouble and difficulty. It's not so easy with penances, austerities, etc. But they cannot maintain that position because the soul needs engagement. The soul needs engagement. What will you do if you're in a huge space filled with everything, but there's nobody there? No one to talk to, no one to eat with, no one to, smile at, nothing. You're just by yourself on a huge, vast cloud somewhere. You'll go crazy. And therefore, they take birth again in the material world and engage in philanthropy, altruism, charity, this thing, that thing. But they also, if they come in touch with the lotus feet of the pure devotees, somehow they come in touch with Sankirtan movement, they can also take up bhakti. Anyone in this Kali Yuga, the demigods are taking birth in this Hare Krishna movement because Lord Chaitanya has made it so easy to go back home. So there's hope for everyone in this movement.
Thank
Lord
you.
Chaitanya delivered the impersonalist. Remember that episode with Prakashananda Saraswati?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. So, impersonalists, they don't have gratitude.
They don't have gratitude. They don't have the sense that Krishna is a person. They want to annihilate their individuality and personhood. They want to merge into the effulgence of the Lord.
But since they are purified from the modes, if they come to bhakti, they progress fast. Right, Mataji?
Well, they must give up their impersonalist leanings. See, many people who come to Bhakti Yoga, they are still very impersonal. If you see, many of the people in our movement, they're highly impersonal. Me, my yoga practice, my Gita, my part, my puja, my ashloka, my reading, my seva. I don't want to bother with you. These pesky people called devotees, I don't want to bother with them. They have that attitude also. That is also not pleasing to Krishna, because how can you claim love Krishna without loving his parts and parcels?
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
see, Mayavadis, they have such a heavy impersonalist load, So it's not so easy. We also have impersonalist streaks in us. Not like we have suddenly become great bhakti yogis. We have to watch out and understand that Krishna wants us to treat every little jiva soul as his child. Whether it's an ant, a child, an old lady, or a GBC, or a temple priest, all are spirit souls, and therefore everyone, not that, oh, GBC has come, I do namaskar, and then one kid, I ill treat him, I abuse him, not like that. Every soul is very dear to Krishna, and devotee must learn to see every soul as part and Pandita Samadarshinaha. We must learn to serve every soul because that soul is dear to Krishna.
Thank you very much. And just to follow up on that, like we also have Kanishta Adhikaris, right, Mataji? They believe they worship
Exactly.
Krishna, but
Kanishta Adhikaris, they simply see God in the deity form. They
they
worship God in the deity form in the temple, but they do not pay attention to devotees or see Krishna in their heart. They just, say me, my guru, and my God. And all these others, I don't want to bother with them. I'm great. Kanishta thinks, I'm great. All these other people are useless. But the advanced devotee thinks, all these other people are so great. I am useless. Uttam Adhikari, in fact, he sees everybody else is devotee. I'm not even devotee. See the difference. So we must guard against all this impersonalism, Kanishta, mentality. We are all infected with these, bad habits and bad attitudes for millions of lifetimes. So we are trying to get purified from all that.
So both Kanishta and impersonalism is not good, right, Mataji? Yeah.
No, we must try to come out of that. We must try to come out of that. Prabhupada says at least we must pull ourselves up to Madhyama. At least. At least come up to Madhyama platform. Because then you can make progress nicely. Just like Namaprad. We should not stay at Namaprad. At least we should come to Namabhas. Because from then on, we can move to Shuddhanam. Like that.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you very much. This class is so clear on that. I always have, still like some doubts on those things, but your class really explained nicely impersonalism, Kanishta, and personalist. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Revati. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yes, I have a question. When you're talking about there are, let's call them devotees for argument's sake, who may be impersonalists or may be following bhakti but not really following bhakti, and sometimes they get into positions of authority and positions of standing, and how can we help them? Like there's like, for example, there's one devotee who's got a very nice position and standing and in the temple, etc. And he would chant 64 rounds during Brahma Muhurti, but he won't chant even a single Mahamantra during the rest of the day.
That means he doesn't take part in kirtan. He won't join in for any of the artis. He doesn't.
I was talking to him, I said, can you not chant even one Mahamantra, like in the evening or any other time? I said, no, I chant my 64 rounds devotionally during Brahma Muhurti. I don't chant for fun.
Well, we don't know what is his motivation and why he's sticking to only that Brahma Muhurta hour, because the whole point of chanting is to chant 24 hours a day. The whole point of chanting is to develop our taste for Krishna's holy name so that we cannot stop chanting. Right now we have no taste. That's why it's such a chore to chant. But real pure devotees, they are chanting 24/7 because they are in love with the holy name. They cannot stop chanting the holy name. So I don't know what exactly his motivation is for saying I will only chant in the morning, but we are supposed to chant all the time.
There are others like that too. They won't
Innumerable
chant.
16 rounds on the beads, innumerable rounds of the beads. That's what Prabhupada said. So, holy name must be constantly on our lips as much as we can muster up our intelligence, strength, focus, devotion, and love. We should always be thinking, oh my dear Lord, please help me to remember you every moment. And how can we do that? Easiest way is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I don't know what is the background of this Prabhu. Does he come from some army background, or his drill sergeant told him this is the way to do it? We don't know what are his motivations. Who is his mentor? Is he getting guidance? Is he getting help? What is the state of his relationships with others? How see, if we are tasting the bliss of Krishna consciousness really, we will be blissful. We will be able to share Krishna consciousness with others. But if I'm chanting, and I'm like stiff like this, I'm a serious devotee. I don't smile. I don't laugh. I don't talk. I'm focused on my service. As for singing and dancing, never. Like this. Go out like this. What is that chanting? I don't know, because chanting is real chanting. And real chanting makes your heart softer and softer. If your heart is not becoming softer and softer and softer, sorry, Prabhu, you are not chanting. You're simply mouthing the words.
Yeah, but I can't
You
say
may
that
chant
to him.
128
How can we
rounds,
help
you may
them?
chant 342 rounds, you may chant for millions of lifetimes, but if you are chanting with offenses, it's like cooking with smoke. So I don't know. I don't know what is his, real Krishna consciousness, what is his level of activities, what is his, relationships. The best index of a person's Krishna consciousness is how he or she is interacting with others. Are they humble? Are they gentle? Are they kind? What is the first quality of a Vaishnava? What is the first quality of a Vaishnava? He is kind to everyone. He is kind to everyone. उधर ही हम मार खाते हैं. The whole process of Krishna consciousness is to develop Vaishnava qualities. When Prabhupada was asked, what is a Vaishnava? He said, he is a perfect gentleman or a perfect gentle lady. So going by that barometer, my gosh, I haven't even begun my Krishna consciousness. I'm still learning how to just be civilized. Where's the question of being gentle lady? I'm a far, far, far distance from that. So I'm just practicing now to become a devotee. Is that helpful, Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, what I'm saying? Or it's
Okay.
not?
The main thing, I want to help. I want to do something to help them.
I understand your heart wants to help them. Maybe you see that they're distressed in spite of all their tapasya, because this is tapasya. You know, you're doing the tapasya in a very strong, austere manner. But austerities alone will simply make the heart hard. I know your heart wants to help. And believe me, my family is full of people who don't want to listen to me and don't want my help, but I want to help. So once I remember talking to Guru Maharaj, I don't know what to do with all these people. They're so obstinate. So you know what Guru Maharaj said? The best thing you can do for someone is to pray for them. The best thing you can do for someone is to pray for them. So that's all I can do, because they may not want my help. If I tell my family, what's wrong with us? What do you mean help? You need help. You're the person in problem. And so therefore you think we are all happy. We are all fine. We don't need any help. You're crazy. Like this. So if you try to tell him, Prabhu, you need help, he's going to probably yell at you. So better not, do that. But you can pray.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna. We have a question on chat by Rishabh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, dear Mother and Vaishnavas. What purity means? He's asking.
There is a problem with the network by Mataji Sridevi.
Devi Mataji? Yeah, I think she got froze.
I'm sorry, but if I would,
Yes,
if
Mataji.
you will allow, but I'm not qualified. I can just repeat the words of one Maharaj. I was listening some
Yes, Mataji.
time,
Please go ahead.
maybe one week back or something like that. Prabhuji, Prabhu, this is like to your question regarding the what to do with Prabhuji. The discussion actually was regarding the criticism. Like, can we point out? Oh, I remembered the whole thing. Can we point to somebody like that somebody is doing something wrong, like or something like that, like to help in a way? And that Prabhu said quite a good thing. We were just discussing regarding impersonalism and personalism. So the personalism means that we the like people, they are the personalism means that people are interested in another person. Yeah, personalism means that if there is option to become his friend, because somebody can listen someone if there is relationship between them, friendship between them, so that can help. Otherwise it's like as Maharaj was saying, it's the Kali Yuga. Yeah, so the yoga of get against each other. So it can be accepted very cruelly from his side or something like that. Just with Krishna's help, maybe somehow it will be possible to become friends with him, and gradually, like, by interesting, as Mataji was saying, we don't know which background he has. Maybe he's from army or something like that. So finding out on in which varna, which kind of hobbies he has, what kind of person is there, what he is interested into, which kind of motives, so that can help. Yeah, this is what Prabhu was saying. This is what it was coming like from the heart to tell you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you. That is helpful. I'm a little bit scared to try that though, you know, because if they have the wrong beliefs, then they may impact on me trying to become a friend and trying to
Oh.
listen to them. So I'm a bit like I'd like to try, but again I'm worried that it might impact on me. I might get some of their consciousness and it might not be good.
Yeah, that is it's not what is needful. The needful is that you would stuck on your with your values and not give up those. It's just also Srila Prabhupada, I'm sorry, don't remember the lecture exactly. He was saying that we should not be like compromising with somebody. That we shouldn't do. So the values which we have to stick with them. So there is no needful to compromise. Friends does not mean that I am becoming same with him. Like see, my Guru Maharaj, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he is friendly with everyone. He is strong friend also with like, but his love towards Srila Prabhupada, his love towards Krishna, nobody can like break it. So yeah, of course, if you feel that it can have an impact, as Yogur Maharaj was saying, like to me, he was telling, you have to stick with those devotees who are strong in their path. And this is like preaching. As we are preaching, we are sharing something. So same, I can be interested in someone does not mean that I'm becoming as he. I'm interested in him. I'm sharing something. I'm not becoming on the same stage with him. That's what that Prabhuji was telling, and which I can share also.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare
Very
Krishna.
nice points. Yeah. Sridevi Mataji is trying to join, but the Wi-Fi is not good there. So I guess we can end the call here. Mataji is trying, but she's not able to join.
Srimati Mataji,
Yes, Prabhuji.
we're missing Guru Maharaj.
Yes, I know. Guru Maharaj is currently right now in Bali, Indonesia, and the time zone, the time is like night time for him there. So that's why Maharaj said like at this hour I can't give class because he'll be busy in whole day programs there. So so this whole week Maharaj is not available. Yeah,
Whole week.
yeah, whole week until next Monday. Yeah. So he's right now in Bali, Indonesia. Yes, Prabhuji. But this discussion should go on. That's what yeah, Maharaj's instruction is. So that's why we are conducting these classes. And luckily our God sisters, Sridevi Mataji, Radha Vinodini Mataji, Satyabhama Mataji, they are all coming forward to give class. And if anybody wants to give class, please let me know. You can also give class. Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, Revati Mataji, Saumidatri Mataji, Rishabh Prabhu. So yeah, please message me. We can talk. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, dear devotees. I guess Mataji is not joining. She's apologizing to everyone, like leaving like this. But yeah, we can all meet again tomorrow with another class with Srimad Bhagavatam. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyevacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
everyone.
much, Mataji.